Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Sunken. There we go. Okay, we should be good now. Little technical difficulties getting started today. My capture card was a little bit on the fritz today, but hey, that's okay. Welcome to Sunken, everybody. We've got a lot to do here in Sunken. We have a lot to do. So, one of the first things I want to get out of the way is we're going to go do this flooded village objective here, which is to recover the plans. We need to bring a scout over here and climb through some buildings, and then we got to bring the mule over to grab those said plans and go from there. So, where is my scout at? Or did I... Oh, I left it over here. That's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab the scout. Actually, you know what? I am staged here. I did clear the way here. So, actually, why don't we get started with this one? I got the way cleared so we can get the mule through here. We got to move some stuff out of the way with the mule, and then we can bring the scout up there to finish that. So, let's actually do this one just to get started. So, where is my mule? There it is. Let's go ahead and get refueled and head on our way. So, we're just going to start off. We're going to do some safe fetching to start with. When we left off, we did... the first part with the scout, so I have to go in here with the mule to clear some debris out of the way, and then we'll be able to grab the scout to climb the building to get the object, and then we can load it in the mule and deliver it. And then after we get that done, we're going to go get the second safe and get that delivered, and then we have a whole bunch of scouting that we're going to need to do here today. So we got a lot of just visit the area, check the point out. We got a couple of things to deliver. So I don't think we're going to be doing too much heavy machinery today. It's going to be a lot of driving around, picking things up with a crane, that sort of stuff today. So we are making progress on Sunken. We are at 39% done with Sunken, so good chunk of it done so far today. Or not today, but since we started Sunken, so go ahead and get the mule over to the Montville archive so we can get started with this project. So first things first, we got to get across the water here and get to that path on the other side. Nice and easy through here. Looking forward to getting this drained. Get to that step. So. Here we go. For now, let's head up to Mountville. Go ahead and get this taken care of. Am I even going the right way? I don't think I'm going the right way. Is this the right way? Yeah, it is. Okay, just... For some reason, this didn't look familiar. Here we are. Alright, so welcome to Montville, everybody. So we did climb up this first building, which opened up this next path here. We're just going to head right up through here. We got a lot of this stuff that we're going to have to just get moved out of the way here. I can't get the scout over a bunch of this stuff, so we're just kind of just moving out of the way for now. To grab this big metal sheet, that'd be nice if I can grab that. Metal sheet's kind of in the way here. I'm not too worried about the barrels, because the scout can move the barrels out of the way. But it's this concrete, the pipes, all this big metal stuff. This stuff has to get moved out of the way. I didn't want the barrel, I wanted the metal, and it switched on me. That's okay. Let's grab this. How much harder does hard mode feel compared to normal mode? I wouldn't say it necessarily makes the game feel harder. What it does do is it makes the game feel more involved. Like, there's just more stuff that you're doing. And with that, it also makes the game feel more rewarding as well. Because I'm playing on full hard mode settings, which means I gotta not only refuel the vehicles, I have to pay for fuel. I'm not making as much money for the jobs, and it also makes the trucks more expensive. And you also have to drive to all the sand quarries. You can't just have this big sand quarry radius. So, like I said, I don't think it necessarily makes it feel harder. it just makes the game feel a lot more involved and a little bit more engaging as well. But, I mean, I like doing stuff, and personally, I have found it to be way more enjoyable of an experience having to manage the vehicles and the fuel and all that. So, that's just my thoughts on it. I really like the hard mode. I think it's a great change. And I just don't see myself playing a normal version of the game anytime soon, just because I find it just really fun. I can't get that. The truck is in the way, but that is fine. The last one I want to get is this block right on the path here. There we go. But yeah, as far as making the game feel harder, I don't necessarily feel like it makes it harder. It just, more stuff to do. It does slow the gameplay down a little bit. Oh, I needed that. I can actually get over the hard mode settings real quick if you want. So these are the difficulty modifiers. So I have fuel on. I have fuel cost on tough, which basically makes it so when you go to a gas station or the garage to pay for your fuel, the price is kind of randomized. I also have the convoy difficulty on, which makes it so as the convoys are running their routes, they're more likely to dig ruts in the ground and get stuck. So you have to make sure the routes are a lot more capable for the trucks. You got to put extra sand down, extra asphalt, those sorts of things, just to make sure the routes are in tip-top condition for the routes. So there's a lot more there. Economic modifiers, that is the amount of money I get for the job. I don't have as much money that I get as a payout for a job. Bridge cost is increased, which means I have to take more materials to build a bridge. Recovery rules impossible means I can't recover to the service vehicles, and if I have to recover to an outpost because the truck is completely stuck, it costs 10,000 currency to do that. Quarry zones, those are really small circles. I can show you those when we're done here. Vehicle cost is on hard, which means I have to pay 4 times as much for a vehicle. So not only am I making less money, I have to spend more to get a vehicle, which in turn makes vehicles feel more rewarding to get, because you can't just get all the vehicles very quickly. You have to kind of pick and choose, what vehicles do I want, what is going to increase my fleet of vehicles, what do I want to upgrade, and it's a lot more meaningful of a choice because you have to kind of pick and choose a lot more, especially early on in the game here, which vehicles you want. And then the gearbox is a great change. It allows you to, you can see down on the bottom right, I can swap to low gear, high gear, neutral, reverse. As far as the quarry zones, if I were to swap over to quarries here, show those on the map, you can see, like, this is a sand quarry. This is the radius of sand. Normally it is like way out here, and you can get sand from wherever. Now you have to very specifically drive to a quarry in order to get your sand, and you can see I put a bunch of sand here just because the quarry was kind of muddy to get to. So a lot of sand here just to make the quarry a little bit more accessible, because I do have to drive and fetch the sand from the quarry. You can see that is on all the quarries here. But yeah, that is kind of an overview of all the hard mode changes, and I really like it. So alright, I'm going to go ahead and park the mule over here. We're going to bring the scout in. And probably just move some of those barrels around a little bit and see if we can get in there and get this safe out. But yes, welcome in, Hyper. Hope that explained hard mode a little bit for you. Gonna give you a little overview of what exactly is different between this and standard Roadcraft gameplay. Yeah, it definitely is. But the thing about hard mode is you can actually customize it. So if you want to play with the economy difficulty features, but you still want the larger quarry zones, you absolutely can keep the quarry zones. You can kind of just turn those features on and off. You do have to start a new game to do that, and once they're set, you can't change them. But you can pick and choose which aspects of hard mode you actually want in your game when you start it. So if the smaller sand range is a kind of an issue for you, you can just say, hey, I want to play with hard mode, but I want to still be able to put sand wherever I want to. You absolutely can do that. This playthrough, I just have everything turned on, absolutely everything. So, because I wanted, for stream content, I wanted a true hard mode experience. I want it to be as difficult as it could be, so we could have some fun with it, try out new things. Alright, this should be the last barrel I need to move. Alright, now we can head on into the complex and go get our object. Careful here. Oh no. I was afraid of that. Okay. I saw that gap. I was like, that's not ideal. Wait, can I... Hold on. Let me... There we go. That worked. I can just pull myself across the gap that way. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, this is a problem. This is a very big problem. I got the tire stuck. Okay. We're off to a fantastic start here today. Are okay. I cannot get to my scout from here. I'm gonna wind up with a big problem here soon if I can't get this scout unstuck. Or even worse, if I get the mule stuck. We did it! I actually did it! Okay. Now the hard part is going to be getting out of here. Oh, no, that sucks. Damn it. Got these tires just sitting off the ground here. Oh, did we? Are we good? Are we good? I'm good. I'm good. Good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. This was supposed to be a simple job. Okay. All right. I am running low on fuel. That might be a concern. But if I can at least get this thing off of here. I'm gonna have to backtrack and come get that. Yeah, I know. I'm worried about that. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're out of gas. Okay. Problem, but not totally unsolvable. Me, my truck. There we go. Alright. I am going to need to go get some gas. Okay, so that didn't work. We did get the hardest part of that done, though. Let me just check where we're going before we actually take off somewhere. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop this off right here, and I'm going to bring some gas over. There are gas tankers. I'm actually going to go grab my gas tanker and bring it over here. So, the field service vehicle that you get pretty early in the game, the Conlo, right here, it has a 500-liter gas tank on it that you can use. You can also, in the garage, I believe they're the SAR trucks. These have fuel resources as well. It doesn't say on the description, but those do have fuel resources, and they also added a fuel truck version of the Wayfarer as well. So there are definitely fuel trucks you can get. So we're going to use the Conlo Stranic and go bring some fuel over to where we're working. and just try to reset everything and give it another go. Yeah, you definitely have to have a road infrastructure to really use it. The other thing I noticed with the construction depot right here, the shops that you can order, you can actually buy a fuel tanker at the construction depot. That's like just like a big fuel tank that you can move around. It's 4,000, and I think it has 1,500 liters. So that's an option as well. You can just buy a big tank of fuel and put it on a truck and drive it around as well. But for now, the resources I have 500 liters in this this thing here, so we're gonna go ahead and just bring it over. What was supposed to be a nice, simple recovery almost turned into a complete nightmare. I got the scout got stuck. I almost had the mule got stuck. That would have been disastrous. Fortunately, I was able to get everything taken care of, and the only downside was I ran out of fuel on the scout. But that's easily solved. I can just bring some fuel over, and we can continue with what we were doing. But what a start! What a start! And this map is just absolutely relentless. I was just chilling. We were doing Incommunicado for the past 2 streams, just a nice little break from Sunken. And now that I'm back to Sunken, it was just like, just the wrath of the map just hit me right off the bat. I was like, you know what? We're going to go into Sunken. I got like a little bit of a game plan. We're going to knock out some quick stuff and start getting the map ready for the second half of the map here. And then just right there, we almost lost the scout and the mule. That would have been a huge setback. But we got it going. We got it rectified. We're good. All we have to do now is just get the fuel over. This is actually, in a way, kind of works out a little bit, because I was wanting to move this this fuel trailer over here anyway, because we're going to be doing a lot of work on this section of the map, and there's not really a lot of good fuel options, so I was going to move this thing over here anyway at some point, so why not move it now? We don't really necessarily need it down in the bottom section of the map at the moment, so we got a lot of that stuff done already. So everything is kind of up here in the woods. go. We can go ahead and refuel the scout. And now we can head back to the playground. I would very much like to not have to bring the mule up into the building. So, hopefully we are able to get over there and just get this done with the scout. Gotta be very careful here. Oh, not that way. We need to go this way. Come on. Alright, sorry. I got quiet there because I'm just like thinking right now. I'm just like super hyper concentrated at the moment. Trying to make sure we can get this thing out of here. With any luck, I might be able to just move this with the scout. because I got this thing on its wheels right now. At all how I wanted it to go. There we go. Alright, it's making progress. Trying to back up to it without it falling over. There we go. We'll just yank it with high gear. There we go. There we go. We got it part of the way out of here. I don't know if I'll be able to get it up over this lip. This would probably be a good time to just go grab the mule and get this done, but I mean, at this point, kind of just... Can I do it? I can! There it goes. There we go! We got it! That was incredibly stressful, and all we have to do is just bring it up the road here. Alright. That was, I thought that I would just get this one done in like 10 minutes. I thought that's all that was going to take. Now, 45 minutes to get this thing out of the way, so it's all good. All right, that is done. That is all done. I didn't even see what I got for that, but it is done. Something is done. Alright, let's go ahead and get refueled and figure out where we're going. What's next on the agenda? I was thinking about doing the other safe, but at this point, I don't know if I want to. I think I'm all safed out at the moment from that one little mission there. Okay, let's take a look at the mission list. What do we got here? We do have explore the castle, which is way up here. We're going to have to kind of go through the mountains here and find the path to get up there. We do have main power substation. We're going to have to get taken care of. We got a big rock slide here that's kind of in the way of the path to get up there. Do have some quarries to explore over here. And just a whole bunch of other stuff here. So, look for damaged trolleys near abandoned mines. Recover the mine plans. Restore the main power substation. We are going to need a pipe. This pipe right here. I'm going to go ahead and just put a marker down. Put a nice purple flag there. We got to do a pipe there. We got something to deliver over here. Big thing. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to jump in the mule real quick. I want to see, there's a rock slide over here. I want to see if we can get started on maybe clearing that rock slide out a little bit so it's a little nicer to get up to that power substation. So we do have to bring a pretty sizable piece of cargo up there. Should be just right along this path here. Now, these are not serviceable rocks. I'm thinking we build a bridge. Can we just do bridge across the rocks? We can just bridge across the rocks. Okay. I think that's going to be a good idea, because then we'll be able to just go right across the bridge, across the rocks, get everything up over this way. And that is also going to give us access to the path that goes up to the quarry area up here. And we need 3 slabs for that, so... let's go get some slabs. I do have 4 at base, plus a pipe. So that's actually going to be a quick, easy fix to go grab those. So we'll head over to the garage and get our materials, and then kind of go from there. So. So we'll grab 3 slabs and a pipe, and then we'll be able to fix the pipe here and build our bridge, which will then allow us to bring the big piece of cargo through up to the power station. I'm not going to refuel here because I am heading to the garage. I've got enough fuel to get to the garage. And I can refuel at the garage when we get there. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was to the left here. All right, so anyway, I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Appreciate everybody tuning in to watch some Roadcraft this evening. Just need to get back across the water here. I can never remember the path through the water here. There's like a shallow path that you can take. What am I stuck on? Is there a rock underneath the front bumper? Is that what I'm stuck on? Yes, that's exactly what I was stuck on. Okay. So we're just going to get this way. Try to get away from these rocks. Oh. All right, we have big crane. We do have the big crane now, so that's super handy. We're definitely going to need that to haul this big piece of cargo. Trying to put that on the mule just sounds like a terrible idea. Alright, I need 3 slabs and a pipe. Get the slabs loaded first, and then we can put the pipe on. And I've also got to grab some fuel before we depart. Alright, let's go ahead and get refueled, and we're going to be able to put the pipe down and get that bridge built so that we can get up to the power substation, after which we'll probably just grab the big crane and get everything moved over. Trying to just take a slightly safer route this time, since we have all this cargo to move. Oh, what the what? What did I hit? Was it that fence in the ground? I hit that fence. Or something. Alright, well, okay. It's a good thing we got a big crane. I didn't even see that there. I thought I was just making the corner like I usually do and just bounced and over I go. Alright. On to a second recovery option today. Yay! Everything is going so good. I actually really like doing recoveries. Trying to figure out how to unstuck a vehicle is actually really enjoyable to me. I don't know if you guys enjoy that as well. It's always like, oh man, the truck flipped over, but then it's like, oh yay, I get to try to flip it over again. Where are you going, Neil? Alright. Oh, we got this fixed. The hard part is just getting across this part. Spot gets kind of tippy. I had a couple close calls there, but we're all right. All right, let's continue on here. All we have to do now is make a simple delivery. So let's go make a simple. Let's get on over there. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get the pipe repaired. Then we're going to build our bridge. Alright, we now have a bridge that will get us across here. Yeah. That's all taken care of. So, the next step, we got to get this big thing hauled over, so let's go ahead and get turned around and get out of here. Alright. So, we need a game plan for getting that big piece of cargo moved over, and the answer is not the mule. I have tried that in the past to move that with the mule, and it is just Tip City Central trying to do that. Let me just run into all my vehicles here, trying to park next to them. So, what we are going to do is we're going to try to haul it with this. The Zix. We do not need road equipment right now. So we're going to bring the Zix over there and try to put that big power generator object on the Zix, pack it down and deliver it. We are going to have to move both the Zix and the big crane over there, but I think it'll be less of a hassle doing so. I don't quite know if this will 100% work, but I want to give it a try. Because my alternate strategy to get this over there is to just carry it with the crane. And just carry the crane over there. But I want to try it with this. That way we can kind of give it a shot at properly hauling it over. Which hopefully won't be too bad using this vehicle. It shouldn't be too bad at all here. Let's go ahead and just top off the fuel. And now we just need to get the thing loaded. So let's go ahead and grab our crane. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this. Let's see if this will work. Well, I can't strap it down, so that is the first step. Never actually hauled anything besides trucks with this vehicle, so this will be an adventure. Now, once we get this over here, we are going to have to bring the crane over. Or, you know, I probably could just pick it up with the mule at that point. Because I know for a fact the mule can actually pick and load this thing up. It is an absolute hazard to drive with this thing on the mule, though. So I actually might do that since the mule is kind of over there anyway. We'll get this up there, get this delivered, and then we'll use the mule to actually put it into place. And I think that'll work out just fine. Also, if you missed yesterday's stream, I am currently saving up for the fresh version of the Zix here is going to be my second vehicle purchase for hard mode. We've already purchased the mule because that is kind of just an essential vehicle you need to have with having a crane and a truck to haul stuff. So the second vehicle that we are going to be purchasing will be the Zix equipment hauler. Just need to find a way over this hump here. There we go. We just go around it. Oh, and I just realized I'm not tracking the objective, so once I get out of here, we'll go ahead and get that tracked so you guys can follow along with what we're working on. We're just struggling with this right now. There we go. Kind of had the trailer stuck on something. Alright, and away we go. Let me go ahead and track the objective I mentioned. There we go. And there's our bridge. We just got to go across the bridge. Get the trailer across the bridge without any issues. Yep, it's going to fit. Perfect. However, getting off the bridge might be a little problematic here. Got those railings on the bridge. Squeeze it out. Come on. I have no idea how I'm going to get this thing back out of here, but you know what? We're getting it where it needs to go. That's what matters. Maybe I should have swapped to the mule at this point, but maybe a different bridge might have been a little better. You know, I should probably actually swap that for the wide bridge. The wide bridge might actually make a little bit more sense there. Instead of the narrow bridge. It might have a little bit more maneuvering room getting out of there. I'm going to see if I can swap the bridge once I get up this hill with the delivery. Is this as far as I can go? Come on. That's it, huh? That's as far as I can go with this, apparently. We're just slipping on rocks at the moment. Is I'm kind of caught on just a big ass rock right there, and on that rock there's just no traction. If I get off the rock, can we go now? Yep, I don't think this is going to go where I want it to go. But that's okay. That is a-okay. I'm gonna just knock some trees over and just kind of park this thing over here. Just right over here for now. And we're going to go ahead and grab the mule. Actually, with the marker. Should be able to get this the rest of the way with the mule. As for getting the Zix out of where it's at, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do about that one, but that's another problem for another day when I feel like I need that truck again. I do think that if I swap the bridge out with a wide concrete bridge instead of the regular concrete bridge, I think that'll absolutely help. The question is, if I do that, am I going to need more concrete? That I don't know. No, it's actually 3 concrete for that, so... Oh, it is 4 concrete. Okay, hold on. I was looking at the wrong bridge. Alright, I'm just going to do our regular concrete bridge that we had. Kind of angle this over just a little bit. That might help. Slightly different bridge location might help with getting over there a little bit. We got a little bit more room to turn around on both ends here to get through there, so that'll probably help. I do need another concrete slab if I want to actually change that to a completely different bridge, but for now that should do the trick. We shall see though. But I gotta get this thing loaded and delivered. I mean, geez, not even the mule wants to get over this thing. There we go. It's high gear. Let's go. Come on. Come on, mule. Come on. Come on. just need the littlest bit of traction. To get over these rocks. Alright, let's try this again. Can I get over this now? Can I not get... Oh, there we go. Okay, we got it. That is awful. That is so bad. I am at a loss for words with how this is going. I was not expecting this to be this chaotic, trying to just get this thing up here. But at this point, I'm just going to drag it. Popping wheelies over here. Alright, that's done. That was so dumb. I am at a loss, but it worked.
Right. If we're going to get this drilling equipment out, we'll need a reliable form of transport. I'm thinking the railway. All you need to do is clear out the cargo that's lying around.
Somehow that
juice
works.
flowing again.
Aye. Anyway. I feel like we're getting nothing done today. Both things I tried to do today took me 45 minutes. So this is dangerous right here. I don't know what the plan is with that, but that is an awful section of road. But I can now use the scout to get up here and I can get up here for that job, and then there's another one down here, and then another one up on the north end of the castle. So we might actually be able to get those done and also find the way to the castle all at the same time, but yeah. Is this draining now? I think this is draining now. Is it draining, or am I imagining things? I actually don't know if this is actually draining or not. I don't think it is yet. Oh no, I gotta power the salt mine and then it'll drain. Okay. So, what do we need to do? We need to commission the railway station. We need to run electricity and clear the area of objects. Okay, so the cable has to be run up through here and then down the backside here. We're going to have to run the cable, which means we're going to need to go grab the cable machine to do that. So let's go ahead and get the cable machine out. But before we do that, I'm going to take a short break. So I will be back shortly, and we will continue with some cabling adventures. So I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and get some cabling run. Once we get the cabling done, we will jump into the cranes and get the stuff moved out of the way. Get off the rock. Alright, I guess we'll just go around. Alright, now I'm in. Need to go like right about here. Then we can head up through the woods, get this done. There we go. I really like the cable machine. This is one of my favorite types of job types in Roadcraft. I really like doing the cable machine. sure I'm heading in the right direction. Just knocking down these trees. There's our red circle up here. Okay, the cable is done. Alright, we have electricity now. So we just need to jump in the cranes.
Now I'm going to look away, so why don't you go ahead and use that crane? Since you were so good with it last time. Not that I was watching.
I'm actually going to stack these over here. There we go. These look like really good beams, so I think I want to try to get these over here. Maybe we can use these at some point. This one out of here. Okay, we just need to do the same thing with this crane. Oh, that one flew through the air. Oh, that one's flying through the air as well. Grab this last pipe, get this out of here. Alright. So, what do we have now? We do have to get the mine plants from the flooded village. That is our next main objective in order to get these taken care of. So, that means we're going to have to go on another scout adventure. We do have a pipes facility active, though. We got the loading station. We got another sand quarry here, which will be super useful for some of this stuff over here. We do have options now. So let's go ahead and we're going to go get that next safe. This should give us our next project to work on. We are going to have to do the castle and stuff eventually, but I'd rather just keep working on getting the map opened up a little more before we start just driving through the wilderness. Probably do that after we get this done. Actually, since I'm in the scout, I'm actually going to go through this stump field. There we go. Just take a nice little shortcut since we're in the scout. It's almost a shortcut. It's kind of muddy here, but that's alright. Alright, let's go get these plans retrieved from the building, and then once we do that, we will go grab the mule, bring that down, and get those loaded up and delivered where they gotta go.
All you have to do is find the admin building. At least you don't have to crack the safe yourself. Although if you could, I'd be impressed. And suspicious.
Up through the building we go. This one's not nearly as complex as the one we started stream with. But it is a little bit more of a maze. But we got lots of winch points and things like that that we can use to keep the vehicle going where it's got to go. There's the safe we're looking for. Got to get it over this rubble. Fortunately, we don't have to bring it back the way we went. We just have to bring it down this ramp here. And that is as far as we need to take it with the scout. So I'm just going to go ahead and park the scout right here for now. And we need to come get this with the mule. Because we got to bring it back this way, out through here, and then from there, this thing has got to go all the way over to the workshop. So it's a little bit far to drive with just the scout. So we're going to go ahead and jump in the mule and go fetch it. But despite a rocky start today, we are making progress. And we're continuing to make some progress here. We are actually getting close to our goal we need to buy a 6 equipment hauler. I did say at the end of last stream we were looking at about 80,000 to pick that up, and we are at 76 right now. So getting pretty close to being able to pick up our second vehicle of the fleet. And for some reason I still have a beacon up. I have removed that, but it is still there, which is interesting, but go ahead and grab some of our fuel reserves. I'm not going to fill up all the way. I do want to still leave some fuel reserves there if we need them, but we'll grab some of them. At least enough to make sure that we have enough to get the mule where the mule's got to go. Can I take my shortcut with the mule, or is this a bad idea? Well, I took a sweet shortcut with the scout, so I wonder if the mule can also go this way. Looks like I can. Which is going to save us a little bit of time. There we go. Off we go. The tree was almost a problem, but not that much of a problem. If I was coming through here more than just once, I would probably just go grab the stump grinder and just get rid of that. But, that's not completely necessary at this time. But we can go ahead and grab the safe. Get this all loaded up. And away we go. Around the tree and off to the workshop. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to be doing a whole lot of heavy construction or anything like that in this session of Sunken Hard Mode, but we're still getting quite a bit done, just moving things around. We did build a bridge, which is kind of cool. See, I believe once we get this opened up, it's going to open up a bunch of scouting stuff. So I think that'll be a good transition to jumping into the scout and seeing what we can explore. Maybe try to get up to the castle and stuff like that. There we go! The safe is delivered.
Great work. And good news, it was an easy safe to crack. They're already done. The mind map shows alternate passages were under construction. At least before the roof collapsed. I wonder if we could reinforce them to get you away inside. Maybe you can check it out. See if it can be done.
Okay, so we need to find paths to the mine. There's one over here. And then we gotta hit this one over here. So let's go ahead and do some of that. We are going to need to stop and get some fuel as well before we embark. So we're going to take a quick trip over to the garage, refuel, and then actually driving to the garage we'll be able to kind of store the vehicle and bring it out at the other garage on the other side of the map, which is going to save us a little bit of fuel resources as well, kind of give us a little bit of a quick travel. So let's go ahead and refuel. And we're going to go ahead and enter the garage. And we're going to retain the scout. And go over to mountain base and deploy. Alright, so we're over at the other side now. We got a lot of stuff we can do here. So I think the first thing we'll do is we will head up this way around the corner, and let's head on over to the salt mine here. This location here. And then from there, we'll head up and hit this exploration point as well, which is going to get this little section done. We are going to need to probably, I think it's this path right here. No, that goes up here. One of these paths. I forget which one it is. One of these goes around the backside here. Maybe it is from the power station. So we could probably just go up this way and kind of bypass a bunch of the other stuff. Kind of make our way up there so we can hit the rest of these points and then try to get to the castle waypoint. I'm worried about having enough fuel to do that. So we'll just get started with it and see where we wind up. So actually, I think we take a little shortcut here. No, because that doesn't go to the mine. Okay, we do have to... Yeah, okay. Actually, you know what? I should... Hold on. Changing the plan up again. I should actually hit up this spot first, and then go to this spot, and then do the rest of the exploration. That way, this objective is just done, and if I run out of fuel or whatever, I now have the next main objective, which is going to progress the map and make things a little nicer. So I think we'll actually start with that. How we get over there, I believe, is this path here. Go through this area. I believe that's the way over there. Or is it this path? So this path goes here. No, that doesn't go. Trying to remember. It's been a while since I've actually done this. How to actually get to these locations. So I guess we'll just go explore. We'll just go explore. We'll open up some paths and see where they lead. And see if we can get to where we're trying to go. Alright, let's do a little exploration here. We're going on an expedition. So I'm wondering if we can go around the other side of the destroyed town here. If this might get us where we need to go. This is not where we need to go. Okay, so this does not take us there. Let's just keep going. This is the complete wrong direction. This doesn't even get us close to where we're trying to go. Alright, we're going to have to turn around and try one of these other paths. Is this a path? I know this is a path. Where does this go? That actually comes all the way from the sand quarry here. That's where that path comes from. You can also get to it from here. So put a marker there. Alright. Well, I tried something. It didn't work, so... Trying to just figure this out on my own. It's like, I haven't done this in so long. It's been a while since I've actually done this part of Sunken. So trying to remember exactly how I get to these mines. Kind of just on the fly here. I mean, is there a way like this way? No, that's a giant crevice there. Can't cross that. But I can cross here. This I can do. Hold on, I might be onto something here. Aha! Or not. But I can see the mine I'm trying to get to. I need to be careful not to get this thing stuck somewhere. That's the key, right? Which I seem to have found myself in a bit of a mud pit down here. We are not even close to where I was trying to go. Like, at all. But I see the path that I was trying to get to. Yeah, I think we're making some good progress here. This is the path I was looking for. And I believe this is the mine. Yes, no, it is not. It's off to the right here. Wait, if I follow this path back, that'll take me to my original marker of where I wanted to go. So let's just go ahead and do that. Got a left and a right. The left kind of takes us back to where we were, but also moves us forward. So we're going to do that. We're going to go left. Is this it? This is not it. This leads to the top of a mountain. But I think if I had left here, I can cut through the woods and probably get where I'm trying to go. Oh, there we go. We made it. All right, that was stressful, but we made it, and this is not what we're looking for. So now I have 20 liters of fuel. I gotta get out of here and get back. Or at least some semblance of close to back. But I think I'll be okay. If I can get back to the path, I can just follow the path. There we go. Shut it off for now. Let me just double check everything. If I follow this path, this is going to go this way. It's going to head this way. Up this way. Okay, that'll get me back here. Yeah, we should be good. Okay, I just need to follow this path up through the woods. I'm actually going to put marker, 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 marker. Okay, that's going to get me out. If I can get to here, I can get fuel. And we'll go from there. Alright, we made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. Alright, let's see if we can get back to the outpost. Oh, I'm just gonna get sunk here, aren't I? Nope, we're good, we're good, we're good. Stressful. This is stressful. And it's a good kind of stressful, though. Are we gonna make it? Not if we do that. Three liters. We just gotta get up the hill. We just have to get up the hill. That's all we gotta do. Oh, we're gonna make it. We made it! Yay! We actually made it. I'd say that was a successful expedition. Alright, so we have one more point to get to. I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna follow a route over there because we kind of know the path. We see the path. It was just that one, I'm just like, I can't remember how to get to that because it's like in just such a weird, obnoxious place. But this one, not too bad to get to. We're just going right down through the quarry here. And then with some luck, we can head up and get that as well. So we actually know where we're going this time, which is going to make this a little bit easier of a trip. We're not going to have to really stress about the fuel too much. Because I actually know how to get to this one. And we have the map opened up so I can actually see the route that I know I got to take. There we go. So this one won't be too bad. This one won't be too bad at all. So. Alright, we made it to the mine entrance.
Good work, as per usual. Okay, now we need to bring some steel beams to the lava quarry. If you're going to be draining that mine and having a poke around, I don't want it caving in on you. So we'll need those steel beams to brace the walls. Someone needs to look out for you, right?
Alright. And while we're here, I want to just swing on over to this little side objective here and just get this explored. So that's one less thing we have to worry about. And it's also a good supply of steel beams if you need them, or just metal in general. You want to salvage those. I appear to have gotten myself stuck on a rock, though. I've gotten myself stuck on multiple rocks. Let's get off of these rocks. Can we actually get off the rock, please? There we go. Okay, we're good. I keep getting stuck on the rocks. Stop driving over the rocks. Why do I keep driving over the rocks? It's a simple solution to not getting rocks stuck under the truck. It's just don't drive over the rocks. Alright. Alright, let's see what we got here. We need steel beams to the lava quarry. We need 10 steel beams. I have 6 in item storage. So, that means we're going to have to make some steel beams. This is the steel beams facility. I have 0 in storage here. But if I look at resources, there is plenty of scrap metal lying around here that we can turn into beams. We just need to make 4 beams. We make the 4 beams. We bring them to the tunnel exit base for storage. And then withdraw them over at the salt mine base, mountain base right here. And then we can deliver those. We could also alternatively just keep driving the scout around and keep hitting some of these other objectives that we need to hit with the scout. But I am concerned with the fuel limit on that right now. So we got 71% fuel. I might be able to hit these 2, and then we'll have to head on over to the con for some fuel. So maybe, you know what, let's go ahead and do that actually. Let's just get 2 of these out of the way. Actually, no, we're going to leave the scout. We're going to go get beams. Let's get beams. So where is my mule? Mule is over here. Alright, we need to get some scrap metal. We need to make some beams. Before I go, let me see what's worth picking up on the way. I believe there's a bunch of crap down here that we could grab. Do I have anything to scrap at the tunnel exit here? Some tires for money. There's some barrels. Oh, there's a tractor. Perfect. We'll go grab the tractor. Let's go grab that tractor. And that will give us something to work with. Also, I'm pretty sure that route that failed earlier was because I had the mule park there. So I think that's why the route failed. So. So we're going to head back to Tunnel Exit Base. We're going to grab a tractor and take that over to the steel pipes facility, or the steel beams facility, excuse me. We're going to turn that into beams, take those beams to the Tunnel Exit Base, and also we're going to retain the mule and withdraw it over at the mountain base and load up the 10 beams and get those delivered. That is the plan. Alright, here we are. There's our tractor we're looking for. We have tractor. Let's go ahead and refuel. And off to the beams facility. Alright, we're going to head right on down here. No, 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 no! Oh, damn it. Hold on. Wait, crane? Maybe? No. Ah. Just my luck. I was going way too fast down that hill. I should not have been going that fast. Alright. Well, let's go fix it. I was in too much of a hurry. I was just zipping down that hill. I know I should have slowed down a little bit because I had all that weight in the back of the truck with the tractor and all that. And I was just like, nah, we're just going down the hill. We're just going to sprint down the hill with reckless abandon. Just cause all kinds of problems. Self-inflicted problems have been the story of today. I had a feeling it was one of these streams is going to be just littered with self-inflicted problems eventually, and this was the stream, so for those of you that are watching today, you got yourself a special treat with the stream today, so... Sir, excuse me. This is hampering my recovery efforts. What is even happening right now? I don't understand. Why? This truck. The crane is... Oh, no. Okay. Alright. You know what? Just despawn your route. There we go. Thank you. I was going to cancel the route if it didn't just shut itself off. No, we need to turn to the right. Oh, there it was. I had a good winch point on it before. Yeah. I am just scratching my head right now. At how this went so horribly wrong here. I don't even know if the bicle's got enough power to do what I'm trying to get it to do right now. I don't want the lower winch point. Maybe this will work. That's not even the truck. It's not even the truck. I want a very specific winch point. This truck, this might work. This might do the trick. Hold on, come on. It's almost there, it's almost there. Ah, we got it! No, it's going the other way. No! Oh, we almost had it. Come on. That's not fair. Wait, I think we're okay. Did we get it? We got it! Come on. Come on, Meal. Get out of here. Let's go. There we go. We did it. Okay. That was awful. The question is, can I actually do anything with the bicycle here? I don't know. It is kind of stuck. There we go. We're just going to park it over here out of the way. Alright. And now back to our previous adventure. That is 3 beams. go grab some of this metal over here, some of these broken pipes. That was one of the craziest recoveries I've ever had to do. I was determined at all costs to get this thing back up and running again, and I did it. Actually did it. Like a mad scientist trying to play with physics to get the truck to flip over. Yeah, somehow it worked. You will let me get this pipe. Okay. Alrighty, let's get these pipes scrapped and see where we're at with steel beams. That is exactly 4. Let's go ahead and get these loaded. Get these 4 beams loaded. Alright. Nothing like a little chaos trying to get some beams loaded up, but we're back in business. Have I learned my lesson about going really fast? Absolutely not. As you could clearly see there, that would have been a big disaster. I think I'm just tired. I don't know. This has been really fun though. This has been a really fun, entertaining section of Sunken, and we've made some great progress today. Let's get those dropped off. Let's go ahead and refuel the vehicle. where are we at? Let's go ahead and let's retain the vehicle. I didn't want to jump into Scout, but that works. Here we are. We are all deployed, and unfortunately, I am all out of time for this evening. I wanted to get this done tonight, but that last-minute recovery kind of threw a wrench in the plans of getting this done tonight. It is getting late, and I'm all out of time, unfortunately. But I want to go ahead and thank all of you for watching. Hyper Experian in the chat, if you're still here, thank you for watching. Appreciated the conversation earlier. We're talking about hard mode, kind of broke it down a little bit more. But yeah, we made some fantastic progress on Sunken tonight. It doesn't seem like it because we spent a lot of time flipping trucks over. But we actually got quite a bit done in progressing the map. We've got to get these beams wrapped off. Then we have some small things, and then whatever pops up after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. I appreciate you guys jumping in, hanging out, and spending some time with me this evening with some Roadcraft Hard Mode. I will be live again on Monday, so I will see you guys on Monday. We will be continuing with Sunken on Monday, and that'll be at 4:30 Eastern Time. Other than that, Expeditions videos will be rolling out, more of them this week. I will not have a video tomorrow, but starting Thursday, videos for Expeditions will be rolling out so I can get season 3 finished up. So that's all I got for now. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, I'll see you on the job site. Bye bye.